I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co., and today we're diving into a gameplay of Stars of Akarios, specifically the new expansion content. Stars of Akarios is over on GameFound. This is the 1.5 edition. It's got the expansions, it's got, a revised 1.5 edition. In fact, I have a whole video on my channel covering the 1 versus 1.5 edition. Make sure to check that out. And please keep in mind as well, this is a sponsored gameplay. And I have with me Brendan from Open Owl Studios. Brendan, before we dive into the gameplay itself, do you want to give us a bit of an overview of what people can expect from this campaign?
Yeah, so really excited. We're going live on GameFound November 7th. I'm not even 100% sure when this video drops, but
Should be November 7th.
Okay, great. We'll be live on GameFound then. It's almost 4 years since we launched the original campaign. It was March 2020. I don't know if you remember anything else that happened in March 2020, but I remember two things. One, Frosthaven launched, and two, Stars of Akarios launched.
Those are two big milestones.
Yeah, so we were number one on Kickstarter for a week until the Frost baby dropped. But really excited. And so here, Stars, we're back with a 1.5 update. We love the 1.0 gameplay, and there's hundreds of people who also love it. But we recognize that there's just a few things that we were like, hey, we can just kind of elevate it, just give it a little bit more oomph and polish, specifically kind of around the rule set and the scenario book and the core game. And so we did that. We have an upgrade pack available for our 1.0 backers. And then we've also created a few gameplay expansions. We have a drone expansion where there's this whole new drone mechanic, these sweet overlays and stuff. And then what we have here in front of us, what we're gonna do a little demo of, is the Battles of Akarios expansion. And what this does is it introduces this what we call this battle book, and you can't really tell on TTS, but this is a binder book that comes preloaded with a bunch of space combat missions where you and some friends can jump into a cooperative space combat, dogfighting game without a campaign. And so one of the highlights from our community as they played Akarios was just how much fun they had with the space combat. And we're like, hey, you know what, we want to kind of capture more of that. And especially it's, you don't always want to jump into a 50-hour plus campaign with a group of friends. Maybe you just want to play a 30-60 minute space combat mission with some buds. And so that's what this is. There's a couple of modified rules which we'll go over. You get a sense of progression. We'll be leveling up our ship as we go, and each of these scenarios has some twists on mechanics and a little story setup. And so that's kind of a high level overview here, Alex.
Perfect. And it's worth noting to those watching, this is over on TTS. Right now you're seeing a little face down tokens. I believe in the actual game, It's either going to be standees or miniatures, depending on what version or upgrades you have.
Well, yeah. So the core box will have standees for all the enemies, miniatures for our kind of player ships, and then you can purchase the ships of Akarios, which are the miniature add-ons. And we also have a terrain add-on. So you get these like sweet 3D. I don't know if you can actually see me. This is a really bad 3D printed. But the ships actually go, like, they can rest on top of the terrain.
That's new,
which
right?
is like, yeah, brand new. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is like we're releasing it, and so we have those. We have like crazy crazy planets. It's gonna be great in the actual thing. This was just a 3D print test. We want to make sure it all works. So yeah, lots of fun things for people to bling out their copy.
Perfect. So we're diving into here now. Out of curiosity, I mean, I'm sure we'll get into a bunch of stuff, but one of the things that Stars of Akarios has is that sense of progression of building out your character, your pilot, your spaceship, upgrading all your abilities. How is that incorporated at all into this?
Yeah, so you'll see over here on the right-hand side of the board, I actually kind of went ahead and I'll go ahead and I'll set up the market for us, where we'll have a number of different engine upgrades, a number of weapon, and then for tech upgrades. These are going to be available for us to purchase anytime we want during our turn. We have to spend our supply in order to purchase them. We can also kind of, if we want to draw new ones, we can do that. And so we still have like ship classifications. So I think you're going to be down here. You'll be using Violet Ray and the Invictus. If we flip over the Invictus, we also have a little bit of a starting health bump in this version, but the Invictus is a scout heavy ship. I am the Gnosis, which is a command research ship, and so we actually have different different kind of elements and weapon cards that are available here. And you know what? Actually, I didn't realize, but I forgot to shuffle in the scout stuff, which is essential for playing here. So yeah, we'll be able to purchase these throughout the game.
Perfect. Okay, and that's an ongoing purchase. Like it's not just gonna be the first thing you start with.
Nope. So we're already loaded up with our kind of starting set.
Okay.
We each have a weapon. So you have the long shot, you have a burn and flip, and then you have a ship ability, which is the maneuvering thrusters, and then this proximity exploit. And so we have our starting loadout, and then kind of from the starting loadout on our turns, we'll be able to get in and go. So unless you have any other questions, I'm happy to kind of jump in and kind of lead you. I know you know a little bit of how to play. I'll probably walk us through maybe some.
I'll just give a high level
You know
overview to those reading, to us watching, not reading. The very short version of this, since we're focusing on the space combat aspect of the game, means we can ignore the other elements of the storybook of going through your own adventures of missions. We could ignore some of the space exploration and some of the land traversing and all that. But in the game, we're going to be focusing purely on the space battles. And to that end, the space battles effectively are going to have us as the players taking our turns by rolling action dice. I believe it's 4 action dice every round, assigning those to various spots onto our grid. So you're going to have your own individual basic actions over here, as well as the unique actions of the various upgrades and cards you're going to start with. After we're done taking our turns, and we can go simultaneously back and forth, so we can interplay our various dice placements as we go, and we'll explain more of them, but the short version, a lot of it is going to come down to moving and shooting, and then variations within them, plus some special actions. But once we're done with our turns, once we're done taking our turns and assigning our dice, the enemy are going to take their own turns using an enemy AI card deck system, that each enemy type is going to have its own AI card, and they're going to follow a system of rules of effectively trying to blast us out of the space. Everything else is going to be in the details that we cover as we go, but that's the high level overview of what you're about to see.
That's perfect. And so this battle book, it comes with 20 scenarios, all different. They have their own objective and special rules. And this one that we're playing today, it's called Gravity. The objective is quite simple, destroy all enemy ships. It has a special rule of that at the end of each round, the wormhole in the center of the map pulls all ships within 5 range 2 spaces towards it.
And that's not
so
great,
it's going to kind of create for maybe
asteroids. No, asteroids don't deal damage to our hull, do they?
They do.
They do. Oh,
yeah. Asteroids. Asteroids do hull damage. Correct. Yeah. So you'll be pulled in. You'll be taking hull damage, but so will the enemy ships. So it's going to be a little bit of an interesting thing. Maybe we can kind of use it to our advantage. And then the story here. So it's a little quick story. I'll go ahead and read the setup. Ahead, the pitch black maw of an active wormhole distorts space. Its gravitational pull is so strong, even distant stars bend in its grasp. The wormhole isn't just a navigational hazard, it's a battleground. Scattered around are the remnants of enemy ships, looking as if they're preparing for another assault. But the presence of the wormholes has changed the nature of this fight. The gravitational pull affects everything within its proximity, dragging ships closer each passing moment. Saul's voice crackles over the comm. Pilots, this isn't just about defeating the enemies now. Stay alert and watch your distance from that wormhole. The closer you get, the stronger it pulls. So that's a nice, little flavor for those who like flavor. For those who don't like flavor, you don't even have to read it. But for those who like flavor, so we have a couple of different enemy ships. We have these Tukochka assault ships down here, which look like they're the least amount of threat. They'll be moving pretty quickly. But then we have the Ronin frigates. And if you look just above the battle board, you'll see their stats on the enemy cards. The hull, the shield, their base attack value, and then any immunities that they have. So the Tukochka assaults, they're immune to push, and then these Ronin frigates are immune to pierce attacks, target locks, and stuns. which the stun might be annoying for me because I have a stun ability, but that is okay. And then the last piece of setup. So what you see on this map, the only thing, it comes preloaded with all of the asteroids and terrain pieces, and then you have these little icons that show you where to set up the the standees or the miniatures that you have. And then we have these green starting ship spots. So
yeah.
you and I we're not starting together, which is kind of rough, but yeah, okay. I'll let you choose, and then I'll try to be on this.
You at first. I was gonna start moving to the other side, and I saw you immediately pausing. I was like, no, never mind. I'll come join you.
I don't know. I actually don't. I know this mission I think is pretty hard, so I don't have super high hopes for us, but
It's always more
we'll see
fun
how
when
we
you
go.
lose the first time.
Okay, so the biggest change for those who are familiar with Stars 1.0, as we begin our first round here, usually there's supply, like ammo, basically, that's attached to each of these upgrades. So basic actions you can do without any supply, but all of the different kind of special upgrades that you have cost supply, and so that's what these kind of supply tracks are for around each of the upgrades. You move these cubes and all that stuff. The big change with battles is that we have supply dials, and dials are hard to get working in TTS. And so what we have are these fancy electronic calculator devices, even though in real life it's a dial. And a part of the setup is we start with one supply. So this is a universal supply. Anytime we use a non-basic action, we have to spend one supply. We start with one, and then at the beginning of each turn, beginning of each round, we increase according to that round level. So we start with one, it's round one. So we go ahead and we increase our supply to two. So we each have two supply. Round two, we'll get two more. Round three, we get three, and
that
so
supply
forth.
is used both to activate our cards and to buy new cards.
Yes. Okay. And then so if we want to, so let's go ahead and roll our dice. This is the first thing that we always do on our turn. We roll our 4 action dice. If you ever get 3 or more stress, you can go, oh, okay, that's a tough free roll. So you can, we'll talk about the stress mechanic, but you can choose to spend a stress to re-roll any number of dice. I probably would recommend that for you, because otherwise you're going to be kind of.
Now the special track, I just click on it. Perfect.
So okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and
just for we use these.
Okay, that's marginally better.
Better still, but it's fun. I actually like taking a lot of stress in this game just because of
we'll be able to show off the mechanic.
So if you want on your turn, you could spend a dice. So you'd be like spend a stress dice if you want. Here, I guess I'll move that over here. And that would be like going to the market. Where you can then go to the market and you can purchase upgrades. One supply, so these are upgrades just lifted from the core box. One supply is equal to 15 credits, and there's no you don't carry over. So if you want to buy this kind of supply charge supply charge weapon, you would have to spend 2 supply, right, to get the 30 credits in order to afford it. And there's this healing bomb's pretty expensive, and so typically on the first turn, unless you see something that is like a real standout for you, it's like maybe like, hey, you know what, maybe don't purchase something. This shield charge is pretty nice, and so I might do it just so that I can keep us healed up.
And you only can spend stress
as my turn. And you know what, actually. No, you can spend whatever. So I'm, because we're already in our first turn, I'm going to go ahead and spend one of my dice to go to the market, and I'm going to purchase this shield charge, and it's a cost of 10 credits, which would equal one supply. So I'm down to 1 supply on my turn. So because it is a simultaneous turn, sometimes doing a TTS where you're kind of both talking through, it's a little bit muddled. But I can kind of finish out my turn as I talk through it. I'm down here at the bottom. Oh yes, sorry. It's just like a deck builder, where there's a market, you immediately fulfill it. This is a fun ability, teleport tech. But it's an expensive one, so that's maybe a later round. One thing I do enjoy about having a market like this is you get there's a lot more chance to try out a bunch of cards that you might not in a campaign mode, which is it's really fun to go in and test new builds. So that's my first action. I'm going to go ahead and do a movement. This is risky. This is actually really stupid. I shouldn't do this. So I'll spend my one dice, and if you look down here on my basic actions, there's two slots for these green movement dice, because when you roll an action dice, you can either roll a move, an attack, move or attack, which kind of acts as a wild, or a stress, which acts as a wild, but anytime you use a stress, you're increasing your stress, which will have some negative impacts later on. But we see here that there's two separated spots, which means I could do this twice on my turn, right? I could kind of slot them in.
Yep. As opposed
If
to the
it's
conjoined spot and teleport
this,
tech, or yeah, your card too. That works.
Yes,
too.
exactly. Yeah. If you look at EMP blast, I mean, I need to have two. This isn't one of the updated cards. And if if you look at actually, and this is what I'm going to do. So I moved. I'll spend my wild dice to rotate. That's this here. So you can rotate. Oh boy, not 180. What's just before 180? 120, 120 degrees.
Is that what it is? I mean,
yes, because it's six.
There's 6 sides and 360, 60. So it's 60. Oh, so 120. Yes, 120. That makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. So you can rotate up to 120 degrees. You can't do a full 180 on your turn. So I'm going to rotate. Just so I can spend my last dice to do this basic action, which is a basic attack. It's a crappy attack. It's only going to do 1 damage, which is the big number, or the big icon, the upside down triangle. The little kind of icon in the circle, if you can see that on your screen, that's the number of targets that I can hit. And weapons will either have a number in a square, so you can actually see that in the EMP blast, where that number is a range from your ship outwards, a number of hexes, or it will have a firing arc like this. So if I look here at this Tekochka, I don't know why it's such a hard name to say, Tekochka, the assault ship. I can target them. And the kind of one of the final additions is we removed the modifier deck and added a modifier dice. So I'll go ahead and roll my modifier dice. It's an 8-sided dice, and it has this little stress symbol. This is one of the ways that stress works in the battles of Akarios. Is I don't gain a stress. What I do is I actually look at my stress level. So my stress level can go from 0 to 10. And my attack changes depending on my, or the modifier changes depending on my stress level. So if I'm at 0 stress, my attack does ×2 damage. If I'm at 1 to 3 stress, it does +1. If I'm at 4 to 6, 0. If it's 7+, it's a miss. So you get this kind of escalating thing. So I would have ×2 damage, which is great. But I'm actually behind.
So I was about to ask, because
so
usually you have advantage, and that means you draw 2 cards. How do you do that here?
Roll the dice twice, and you get to choose. And so this one is actually so this is gaining a supply, and because I'm low supply, where actually I should have spent oh no, I shouldn't, because it was a basic action. But because I'm low supply, I'm going to go ahead and do the supply instead of the 2 damage. So I'll increase my supply. And just to complicate things, do you see down here? There's I have this card that's an effect infusion. It doesn't require a dice. It's a supply action dice, which means I can just spend a supply to automatically use it. And this is applying a slow or radar jam onto this ship. Slow means he wouldn't be able to move. Radar jam means his attacks will be at a disadvantage. So I'm gonna do a radar jam here, and I think I just did 1 damage. So that's a piddly amount of damage for that big turn. But I think I explained most of the actions.
Cool. And you still have a die left, don't you?
No, so I spent this.
Oh, you spent
going
that
to
one
the market.
for that. Gotcha. Okay, so now my problem is I kind of want to get the targeted bomb. And it's worth noting we could go back and forth if we need to. Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it doesn't really matter. In this case, a lot of it was explanation. The targeted bomb is very appealing. The problem is it would cost me 2 dice and wouldn't leave me any room to actually utilize it this turn. So I'll wait. The market doesn't clear automatically, does it?
Nope.
No, perfect. Okay. So also flashing light is pretty useful. That's going to apply. So that works. So that means, does it apply the radar? It applies the radar jam. Oh, I like flashing light more than targeted
Yes.
bomb. Oh.
Yeah, target bomb. Well, I like target lock because then it makes all of our attacks advantage towards. They're just different, right? So the
Yeah.
targeted bomb makes gives us target lock, so it gives us advantage. Radar jam, yeah,
Yeah.
they're both good.
I don't think either one's being utilized right now, so that's not going to matter. And I don't think I'm in a good position to be able to move around to the rear without it costing me more efficiency than I want. So I think I'm going to start with a basic. I mean, movement 4 doesn't do anything for me, honestly. So maybe I do just go ahead. Oh, interesting. Based on where I am, I could
So
do a flashing light attack against one of them, or I could hit them twice with long shot, which I
yeah,
think is the way to go. So
yeah, that's actually what I was gonna suggest something like that potentially.
yeah, so I think I'm going to go with a flashing light. So I'm going to go ahead and use this first die, which is an either or. I'm going to move it on over here. Oh, that means that, but I have limited supply right now, but the supply could be used either way.
Yeah, so you won't be able to buy flashing light, but you
Hmm.
will be able to. So yeah, the
I can put it next
the
to it. It's all good. Okay, let's go ahead and put that towards this die over here. So that's going to be 1, and that's going to be, so long shot. So I'm going to be doing long shot over here, which will cost me a supply. Okay, so that's going to be that over there.
yeah,
It's okay, we can put it at the top. We know what's going on. And that's going to be a 2 damage, 1
great.
attack, and that symbol is piercing, right?
Yep. So that does. So yeah, you're only using one dice for that. Roll your
For,
modifier.
like, I mean, I want to do both. So if I do both, oh, interesting. If I do both, it turns it into a 3-1. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do both. I'm going to take a stress. So I'm going to increase my stress over here. We're going to go ahead and do both those dice towards it. I'm using stress as wild, but you have to pay the stress cost. And I'm going to go ahead and roll to go ahead and attack with that. And we got a +1, it looks like. So that's going to be a 4 damage attack with piercing.
That's great.
Okay.
And that's four. What numbers? Oh, sorry. I hit the wrong guy. That was the number. That's the number 1.
Okay.
So I did 1 here, and then you did 4 here. Yeah, you can 4 hull damage. So
Okay. So kind of negates the damage you did, but,
great.
depending on how things go, maybe I'll be able to go ahead and do that. But the problem is, so I spent a supply to do that. That's me with 1 supply. I still have 2 dice if I want to. Now, when buying cards to the market, am I using a combination of dice and supply, or dice are supply?
Sorry, so to go to the market, you have to spend a dice. So that's kind of
Okay,
like an action.
gotcha.
And then to purchase cards, you're just spending supply, and you can purchase as many cards as you want actually.
So right now, I don't really
So
have the 2 supply I need to buy flashing light.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I think in that case, I might just go with a basic movement. Do I want to? The problem is these enemies are going to be.
That's the thing. Do you even want to move?
No, because
I don't know.
I'm gonna be pulled towards the wormhole either way. It's like, why bother? I might just do nothing then. I mean, I could buy
So
shield charge.
right now you're out of range. So
Yeah,
like this is the edge of the range, right, of the wormhole.
gotcha. So the question is, do I want shield charge, which could be helpful on its own, but I don't think I need to necessarily because it spends. You know what? Let's go ahead and buy shield charge. I have another supply. We'll go ahead and reduce it. I'll take the shield charge right along with you because there's 2 of them. So actually going to double up on that attack over
Okay.
there. And boom, I spent
Yeah.
my supply and got shield charge.
Great. Okay, so we'll go ahead and perform the enemy turn. What we'll do is um, we'll flip over the assault card first, and just a really quick overview of the card. And in the big box in the top left is the move action. Box on the right is the attack action. They always kind of perform 1 and then 2 if there's a 1 and 2. This is probably one of the most complicated cards in a sense. And then at the bottom is like their AI. So it's their command line is what we call it. And so they're always kind of identifying their target along the way. Their target is whoever's closer, and if there's 2 ships that are what's equidistant, then it's whoever has the most hull. So right now, right, we'll start with the lowest number ship. So number 1, and we're both within 3 range, but you have 6 hull. So he looks to you, and then he asks the question, "Hey, can I attack?" So it would first it would do the action number 1, which is target 1 ship within range 3, and then pull them 2 spaces. Okay, so that's you. So unfortunately,
now
you
within
get
range of the
pulled
wormhole.
regardless. So you get pulled, and then it would go ahead and attack you, which is again kind of scary. So it will roll its modifier dice. It goes ahead, so resupply, so it ignores
Now,
that.
is it
It
rolling
acts as a
disadvantage?
0.
It's got
Sorry.
it has radar charm. Does that mean it has disadvantage?
Oh yes, thank you. Yep. So we go ahead and re-roll it. It's a stress. So stress is an interesting one for the enemy. It's either a ×2, or you can do evasive maneuver, but you're sweating bullets a little bit, and you actually increase your stress, and then it just becomes a 0. So it
Okay.
makes sense. So either you're taking, what's the damage? Either you're taking 10 damage,
Okay.
which maybe now's a good time to explain what you have here. Your hull value, your shield. Shields always hit first, unless
You
it's the
said 10
pierced, and then you
damage?
have your hull. Yeah, because it's a ×2. It's like it would be the worst unless you take a stress, and then
He has an
it's
attack of
just 5.
4.
Attack 4 plus
Oh,
the 1 here.
+1. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so that's the modifier. But the thing with the damage and with your ship is you can also damage your
Yep.
upgrades. So if you chose, you could like completely ignore the attack. You would flip over either a weapon or an engine card, just one, and increase your stress by 1, and then you would ignore the attack completely. But the unfortunate thing is, in that slot is no longer usable. You can't buy an upgrade to replace it.
I was
It's
about
like a
to ask.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a damage slot on your ship. So you have basically, if you get all 4 slots filled, which is another incentive for us, even if it's a weapon maybe we don't want to use, it acts as an extra set of damage, which in this mission where these guys are going to hit pretty hard, will be important.
Okay. I'll go ahead and take a stress to negate the damage. To negate the, what's it called? The extra damage.
Okay, so then you're taking was that 5 damage?
5 damage.
That's okay. I'll heal you on my turn. Don't
Now, so
worry.
I'm lowering my shield by 4 and my hull by 1, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shield and then that one. Perfect. Okay, so that's that. And then we go to this. Oh, sorry, we actually didn't finish it. So it attacked,
Yep.
yes, which then means it will go on to the movement. So it will go ahead and move. And because it can't move off the map, it will end its facing direction where the angle it's facing. So it would go 1, 2, and then it would want to move here, but it can't move off the map. So
That works
there
for
it
me.
goes.
Exposing its rear to me is totally fine.
Yeah, and so then we go ahead and we do number 2. So it's going to rotate to the nearest one, which is the Gnosis. So we'll go 1, 2, and then it will perform its. So can it attack? No. So then it will perform its movement action, and then it will say, "Hey, can it attack now?" And unfortunately
It does
for
not have
me,
line
it
of
can
sight.
attack now.
No, the range is
So yeah,
you're out of
so yeah,
range.
so line of sight is, oh no, you're right. Oh yeah, sorry. It does not have line of sight
And you're
because
out of
line of sight
range.
is measured from the. Sorry?
And you're out of range. It only targets these squares.
Oh no, I was looking at the pole action.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay, fine. That makes sense.
But thankfully, the line of sight, it goes from the center of the forward facing part, and then it draws a line. And if there is any I can't draw a line from the center, but if there's any planets or asteroids in the way, then it's not in line of sight. Ships don't block line of sight.
Yeah,
So
you can shoot
yes,
into
hey, thank
asteroids,
you.
but not through
Okay,
asteroids.
it can't shoot through asteroids,
Yep.
but if it was here, it could
Yep.
shoot out of an asteroid.
And you can shoot in. Yep.
Yeah, and you can shoot exactly into that asteroid. So we'll go ahead and do the frigate. The frigate, I think they're going to be out of range. We'll do 1. It's rotating. Actually, sorry. It's rotating, and then it looks like it's going to 1, 2, 3. It's going to attack you, which is pretty significant. So this is where, and we're learning a lesson. We're learning a lesson that we don't want to be within range of these enemies right now. which is, it's a good lesson to learn, but we're learning it. So it goes ahead and it does 6 damage
Yep.
to you, and I am sorry that you're getting
No,
beat
no, it's
up
okay. It's
so
okay.
much
It's okay. Listen, this
on
just
this first
reminds me of
round.
my high school days. Not a big deal at all. Okay, so I could do maneuvering thrusters. The problem is I kind of like my maneuvering thrusters because of the fact that it is, because I can't take 6 damage. I die, and that seems like a not good thing early in the game. My proximity exploit is, so my proximity exploit is +1 damage when what? When I'm next to it? What's the check mark?
So that's when your advantage. That check mark is when your advantage.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
just so you know, the only items that you can damage are the big ones. So
Uh,
only the big cards.
okay. Okay. So that's not
So
as fun.
you know,
I'll go ahead. I'm inclined
no,
to damage burn and flip, I think, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I'm going to damage burn and flip.
yeah,
Okay. And take a
and so
stress.
you'll increase the
Now, when I
stress,
got to 3
and
stress,
then
shouldn't
it
something
will.
happen?
No, so that's an old coding thing from the original Stars,
Okay.
where if it was 3 stress, you would shuffle in a missed card to your
Yes.
modifier deck. Yeah.
So what are the stress
Um,
disadvantages now?
so it goes ahead. Yeah, it moves, and it ends there. Thankfully, everything's gonna get pulled into the middle, and so I think it'll be easier to escape after this first round.
Okay.
And then number 2, it goes 2. It can't shoot. It's just stuck there, and that's the end. So we we survived. I'll move up. I'll move up the round marker. I go. Sorry, I guess at the end of the round, everyone is moving 2 ships in. So we'll just go ahead and move the 2, right? So we'll move this one there. We'll move this one there, and everyone's going to end up uh, taking a damage. You can move your ship too.
Now, will this guy take
Look
2
at that.
damage?
We're all yeah. So they all take 1, 2, and then which one took a damage? Number 2.
No, now this one over here, does it take 2
2.
damage or does it only
Okay.
take 1? It went through 2. Does it take 2 or 1?
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, where did he move from?
From here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, you're right. It took
I'm okay
2.
with this.
Okay. And then yeah, we've gone to round 2. We increase our supply by 2, and I think
Let me ask you
we
a
need.
technical question for you. You're currently right next to the wormhole. When you get pulled to the wormhole, what will happen? Will you take a damage or nothing?
No, so the wormhole in this game acts as a impassable object, in the sense that it acts as a planet, so you
Okay.
can't go into the wormhole.
So sometimes
There's
trying
there's
to
no
escape might trigger more
there's
damage to happen. Meaning if you
yeah
stay
there's
where you are,
there's
you
no
won't take damage.
interstellar moment.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I no, I guess you are right. There is a sense of like, okay, if you stay here, which maybe all these are still kind of getting worked out in our playtesting group, and so maybe that's a tweak to increase the threat here. Um, but so here, well, we can go ahead, we can roll our dice. Where's my 4th dice? So here it is.
Where's my 4th
And
dice?
I'll let you kind of walk through your turn. I can kind of operate in the background.
Well,
But first, actually, before you do anything, I am going to heal you.
okay.
So I'm charging your ship for what is it?
2
It's
shields.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 shields.
And I also have shield charge as well, which I think is not the craziest to use. Let me think through my turn over here. So also I need to get 2 what's called to charge over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got that. We got that. I have an enemy behind me, but I need to turn around completely, which is a problem. I need 2 turns to be able to hit that enemy. No, it's like if I'm facing this way over here, I can't shoot the enemy, can I? Or can I?
Sorry, what was that?
If I turn like this, where I turn over here, can I shoot the enemy from this angle? Technically, I have line of sight from a front square to him.
Yeah, so hey, sorry, Alex. I think the Discord audio is a little bit it's
No
a little
worries.
bit messed right now, and so I'm reading between the warbly lines. But I think what you're saying was your rotation, your initial rotation shouldn't have changed.
Yeah.
So whichever direction you were facing originally should have been the same direction.
Sure.
Yes.
My question is, if I turn like so, do I have line of sight?
Oh, yeah. If you turn, Well, it depends on what kind of attack you're doing, because your long shot requires kind of
Direct.
a
Yes.
yeah, a direct attack. Same with a bunch of other attacks. You're kind of in a sense, it's like, okay, hey, is that is that even the right kind of right move? I am. So here's what I'm gonna do, and maybe it's a little bit boring, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a do a rotate. So I'm gonna spend a rotate here, and then actually I'm gonna spend a rotate here, and then I'm just gonna blast out 1, 2, and then I'm gonna just blast into here with that action. So I'm just gonna rotate out, and then I'm gonna come in for the sweep the next round, because I'm like, hey, maybe I need a round to regroup here.
Okay, and the problem is I only have one rotate action, which is not what I'm looking for. So I want a bit more flexibility. The problem is I have only 2 charge over there, so that's not going to help me. So I can't get any of these cards. Possibly I can get slow charge, or I can get draw focus, or teleport tech, or hull upgrade teleport tech. No, none of those are going to be worthwhile for right now. And so right now I could do a basic action to that. No, that won't help. I could try to gather flashing light, but the problem is it would cost me 2 focus, and I'd still have to pay for it as well. So there's not a ton of options as far as the rotational aspect of this. But if I rotate like so, I could go ahead and rotate like that. Let me think for a second. 1, and then moving into space seems like a bad idea. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
might do something similar.
it gets a little clumped with the wormhole, and so for
Yeah.
me, I ended up purchasing another weapon. But each of these scenarios kind of presents its own little puzzle.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and assign 1 die to rotation over here. So I'm going to rotate over here like so. Then I think I'm going to go ahead and like you did as well, I'm going to go ahead and pop off.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to go like this 1, 2 over here. No, I don't want to be. That's too close to you because I can move
yeah.
2 forward, but then it line up with you. I don't like that.
Well,
I
so
might just do a full rotation
you
here.
could do that.
You just go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn. So if I turn over there,
You
then
could
I can go
blast
ahead.
4.
Well,
You could get here.
yes, let's go ahead and do that first. Then do a movement over here, which is going to let me go there. And then from there, I could just go 1 further, which
Yeah.
I may as well. So I'll go over here and then go like so.
Yep.
Now I have to take a stress to stop moving early, don't I?
And we'll probably get blown up here on our turn, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay, but if I stop
Okay.
moving early, I take a stress, right?
Yeah. Okay, so if you're
So let me go there. And let me go back here for a second. So I'm over here. Let me just take a quick reset and figure out what's going on. We got that, we got that, we got that. I'm currently facing this way.
you're facing that
Yeah.
direction.
If I go up here, you know what? I could go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. I think I'm going to try this. I'm going to go like this over here. 1. That's going to be rotation 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to go ahead and move like this. 1, 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend another 1 to again do a similar move. 1, 2 over here.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. This might work horribly for me. We'll find out. I'm going to be pulled into the thingy. I don't know. I'm going to regret this, but it's fine.
Yay.
No, I got this. I got this. I'm going to spend a
Yeah,
charge on
well,
my thrusters. I'm going to use my
there
thrusters
hey,
over
there
there.
you go.
And
That's
then go
yeah,
1,
that's not a bad
2.
move.
And then I'm going to go ahead and use a... Oh, I use 2 of that. I can only use the thrusters once, right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. Well, it is what it is. We're going to... I don't want to redo this 4 times. So we're going to go ahead and use this over here. And this will...
Yeah,
You go ahead. What were you going to say?
yeah, which oh, sorry, are you doing an attack or
No, I don't think I am. Ah, this is so much.
no?
You know what? We're going to change this. I'm gonna redo my entire turn. I'm
You
gonna keep it
could
simple. I'm gonna
spend
keep
it
it
to
simple.
shield charge yourself.
No, so I'm gonna do this
Okay.
following. I'm gonna rotate once. I'm gonna use my thrusters to go over here, and then I'm gonna use all my other 3 dice to go ahead and reduce stress by 2, and heal my shield by 2 and my hull by 2.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it simple. That.
Okay.
So only
Yeah,
took 3
there we go.
recharges,
Hey,
but
that's
yeah.
good. Little problem solved there.
Oh wait, 1 second.
And
This
then you
is
also increase your
yeah,
yes.
perfect.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. You also get supply that way.
perfect. Okay, good enough for me.
Okay. Okay, good. So these assault ships, they have a annoying habit here. So we'll see how it goes. 1, 2. It's kind of tough because I don't think you actually got without out of range of the ship. Pulls you in. They're big pullers. Um, so we'll so it shield charges 1, which is annoying. Oh, it's not radar jammed anymore. And then it does a big attack on you. So 4 damage. Okay, so not like not unreal.
I'll take it.
So that's good. And then it ends up moving like that. And then we go ahead with this guy. He can't see you, so he can't move. He's sometimes these ships they do fly in asteroids, which is good for us in this situation. He's going to rotate towards you,
Still
and then
can't.
he's going to pull you
Oh,
again. So you just keep on getting pulled into it. Stress. So it's either -2 or take a stress and take 4 damage. Oh
okay.
no.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll okay the frigate here. We'll go frigate 1. So it's gonna move out. Oh, actually, sorry, I'm reading the. Yep. So it's rotate. Actually, it won't rotate because it can move through the ship. So it'll move here, and then it rotates. It will eventually. Will take a hull damage. I'm sorry, Alex, if I started us on too hard of a level. This was at advanced level. So it is a stress, which means that you're gonna have to sacrifice. I think you're gonna have to sacrifice your
Yeah.
long shot. Yeah, yeah, and then increase your stress.
Okay.
You healed up from your other ability. Yeah, okay. And this guy's moving. Thankfully, he's taking some hits. He's taking some hits, and then he is not attacking because it's not within firing range. So that is good. Okay. I said we barely made it through last time, but we barely made it through this time. All right, here we go. It is level or round 3. We get 3 supply. I'm back in this. So I have.
Oh wait, we get pulled towards the wormhole. We get pulled to the wormhole.
Oh yes, yes. We all get pulled. 1, 2. 1 here. 1, 2 here. You can't
I
get
can't.
pulled,
Yeah.
so you're safe. So that's nice. Did you
I
lower
did.
number 1's
Yep.
health? And okay. Hey, so that's not
Okay.
bad.
No, I'm
It's
okay with that.
we're clumped up, ready for my attack, which is good. So I have where's my 4th? I always lose my 4th dice. I guess I'll just make it appear. Come on, there we go. So I have a couple new abilities, but one is the shield or this charge ability, which I reduce 1 supply and then I increase 2 I increase 1 because of the gun, and then I needed to rotate before that, and then I get to go ahead and target 2 enemies, and I am going to give myself advantage on this attack with my stim packs. So I'll go ahead and attack number 1. This is attacking for 3. So number 1 for, I have stress 0. So number 1 for 6. Great. And who else is doing, yeah, we'll do number 2. So number 1 for 6 and number 2 for 3. Okay, so assault 1 is at 3 health. I don't know if you can do anything about that.
3 health on that one. I could try. We'll find out. Okay, so on my turn, I think I'm going to probably buy something, because I think that makes sense at this point. Getting a targeted bomb doesn't seem like the worst. Neither does flashing light, but a targeted bomb, I think I'd be able to activate it. If I go there and then rotate a straight line, it's always hard to see exactly. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I should be able to. So if I go ahead and use 1 charge to move 1, 2, using my thrusters over here, maneuvering thrusters, then if I use 1 die to rotate, so let's go ahead and use 1 die to rotate, and that's going to turn me 1, well, other way, I'm going this way, so I'm going 1, 2, I think that should work over here. So now I'm going to be able to target these guys, which should work. And then if I give up a stress die, no, if I give up, stress die over here, increase my stress to take the targeted bomb over here, which is going to cost me 2 of these to charge. It's going to come my weapon over here. And also I'm visiting the market, which is a big deal, because if I'm visiting the market, I should buy another card, even just so I have something to damage.
If you're visiting it and you have the money, then maybe spend. But these are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So one thing you can do, if you have a lot of extra supplies, you can spend a supply and sorry, we meant to do this. You can spend a supply and you can draw an additional card in each row.
So I don't think they'll be worth it for right now, because unless it's a really cheap card, it's likely not worth it. Because then I need 1 supply to activate my targeted bomb. So I'm going to go ahead and spend these 2 dice over here and put them on the targeted bomb. And that's going to allow me to do targeted bomb, hitting 2 enemies, spending 1 supply. Okay. That's going to hit this guy and this guy. And so we're going to go ahead and, do we roll separately for each? So I'm going to...
Is this guy in range?
Isn't he?
I don't know if that guy's in range.
1, 2. No, he's not. You're right. 1 second. 1,
this
2.
Guy's in range.
This guy's in range, and this guy can't hit, unfortunately.
This guy technically would be in range, but he's in an asteroid right now. So
yeah. So 1 second. Let me take a look.
You could have bought flashing light, and flashing light I think would hit them both.
Gosh, let's do flashing light. Let's do flashing light, and that will give me. It's going to cost us.
And it's only 1. And I actually think you could. I think you only had 1 extra dice. I think there was a.
No, I don't think so.
Because maybe it wasn't following. I was doing my own thing. So.
And then I'm going to use this last one for shield charge.
Yes. Okay. Right.
So I'll use this for shield charge over here. That's going to be shield charge. Nope, wrong one.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go ahead and use this over here to be able to roll against this guy and this guy.
Wait.
Or it could be either of those two. Let's start with this one over here.
Okay, so that's good.
We're going to go ahead and we got this charge over here.
Okay, so 5 and stress. So that's a 0 modifier, which is good because that's 3 damage, right?
That's 3 damage. Yep, and sonar hit, which won't matter because he's dead.
We got him.
Okay,
we got one. We got one guy. There we go.
And then this guy is over here as well in the
yeah. So yeah, if you can target him because I can also hit him if we need to.
Yeah. So do I roll again?
Okay. That's not bad. Increased stress. 3 damage on number 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have a stress. Okay, wait, and did you radar jam him as well? Yeah, you radar jammed him as well. I have a stress effect. I could fly in there and just like sacrifice myself so they don't attack you. Oh, you know what? Actually, we're within the same range, so they'll target me because I have a higher
hull right now.
Yeah, I have a high, but most of their targets are whatever. I'll go for the damage. It's not going to be much because I'm just going to use a stress, and it's just like a one attack. So I'm already at full shield. So I just do 1 damage on number 1. That's okay. Sorry, 1 damage on number 2. Okay, well,
Okay.
we'll see how this turn goes. So this guy is rotating towards me because I am his target. It's an infinity attack for as far as like targets go. So he's actually going to attack both of us. We'll damage me first. So me, it's the ×2. So I'm just I'll take a stress, and it's a -1 on that. So it's 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, and then you. It's plus my shield. So one thing I actually, this is a player modifier dice. The enemies have a different modifier dice, and this actually counts as a miss. So this is I actually forgot about this. So you're safe,
Cool.
thankfully,
I'll take it.
which is good. And then so it attacked, and now it moves, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has flown right out of the middle. All right, and now the big ships. It is going to rotate. Again, it's going to try to attack me because I am the person within range. So this, I guess, good in the sense that he's not attacking you. He goes ahead. He is 5 - 1, and it's the stress. Again, I'll take the stress, and it will move. Oh, sorry, I take the stress, and it does 6 damage. What the heck? I'll get rid of my bank. It's not worth it here. It rotates here. And then number 2. Oh, wait. No, yeah, I didn't fly out. But number 2 takes a hull damage because it flew through the asteroids. And then it is going to attack me. It's going to target me because we're both within range, but it only has 1 target. Again, I am the higher hull, so it's going to hit me. And it does 0 on 6. These guys. So 3. I'd be down to 1 health. EMP blast is okay. EMP blast is a goner. Okay. What's the status? I have 7 combined health. You have 3. We both have 2 damage upgrade slots, 1 weapon, and we're in round 4. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, and take some dice.
Okay, I should look. I have basically unlimited money, so I could get this teleport tech. Would that be good? Move up to 5 direction.
Okay.
Do you have enough money for core explosion?
I do, for sure.
Although it damages. Actually, never mind. You can't do it because it would damage. It would damage your ship too.
By hull, yeah.
Although
unless you buy
you could
advanced
go.
upgrade,
It could be a way to go out in a blaze of glory if it would kill all of the enemy ships.
I'll take the hull upgrade too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to spend.
Brendan, if I take the hull upgrade.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You can take 2. Okay. Yeah, if you have the money.
So let's go ahead and spend a die to do that. Spend 1. That's going to cost me 1, 2, 3. Oh, the hull upgrade cost. No, it's not. It's too much. Too much. Hull upgrade's 50. That's 4. That's 3 plus 3 is 6. It's too much. Okay, fine. So we're not going to do that. Okay, so instead, I could go ahead and do another attack with this weapon again, which I think might be the way to go. So I'm not going to bother doing that right now. Although maybe, should I go out with the Blaze of Glory? Oh, wait, no, Brendan. Pull towards.
I'll be honest.
Pull towards the,
Alex,
what's it called?
I think this is our last. Honestly, I think this is the last round that we can survive. And so it's like, whatever the most amount of damage that you can do this round, I'm pretty sure that's it.
So I'll go for that, but we first have to pull them all towards this. We have to pull them in towards the warm.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So
Sorry, I forgot about the wormhole rule.
I think if I do that, that is worth it. How about if you can move, I'll take the hull upgrade. I'll do the explosion.
Oh yeah. Hull upgrade would be 1, 2. What's math? Oh no, that's too much.
It's
It
too
would be
much.
4.
But I'll do the explosion, but will it hit you or can you move?
No. Just hits you.
Okay. So I'm going to do it then. I'll explode them all. Oh, but I need a stress. I need a
Okay.
stress. Oh, interesting.
Do you not have a stress?
No.
So do a stress reroll. So like yeah, increase your
Okay.
stress and then reroll all of your dice, I think.
Okay, so let's do it before I do this because I'm spend
Well,
any.
no, sorry, not the one that you spent. You
Well,
can't reroll the one you
I'm gonna
spent
do it
already.
before. I'm gonna do it before I spent to give me more chances because I can spend any die.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Can I do it again?
So, according to the rules, no. You can only do it once per turn.
Then I will not be taking that die. That card. I mean, it doesn't help me. It doesn't do anything for me. Okay.
No, that's why. No, but you didn't reroll this one. So you include that one in your
I
reroll
can
because you only
try,
rerolled
but
3 dice.
I'm skeptical that we will see it.
Okay, bummer.
Okay.
It didn't happen.
Okay.
The dice gods didn't want us to cheat, so.
Okay, so if that's not happening,
so as you're figuring that out, I'll
Yep.
just go ahead and attack. I can hit both of these guys, although it's kind of. Never mind. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to rotate and hit this guy. Okay, I killed him. I did 3 damage. That's my turn.
So the problem I have is
I'm
I
a sitting
can't
duck.
hit any of these with my current attack unless I move. So what I might do is I might spend 1 supply to draw a card out from over here and see what happens. No, it didn't work. Okay. Attack enemy.
Is there a chance you can run away and survive a turn and then hit them with the hull explosion next turn?
I can try, but like it's so the amount of actions it would take. I guess let's go ahead and rotate. Let's do it. Fine. Let's go ahead and do a rotation with 1. Okay, so I'm going to do a rotation over here. That's going to cost me 1 die over here. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend a thruster to go ahead and move 1, 2. And then spend a die to move, spend this die over here to move further, 1, 2. And then let's go ahead and, while I'm at it, go ahead and power up a shield using a supply, draw much more shield. I think that's everything.
Okay. And you know what? As I was seeing this, I'm not going to die this turn.
Before I do that, I may as well shoot them with that basic die while I was there. While I was using him.
Yep.
So you know using not to. So it's going to be roll the die, roll the modification. And it's going to be +1 shield. Okay. And I hit him for 1 damage against the shield. So which one is this one?
Just for 1 damage in the shield.
Yep. It's something. I'll take it.
Little piddly attack. It is something.
Okay.
Okay, so I already flipped their card. Basically, I'm gonna get rocked here. So this guy's gonna rotate. Well, they're both gonna rotate. Both gonna attack me. First guy hits me for 5, and then he moves up. So you know what? 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just take the damage. I'm only at 2.
Fine.
It's not the end of the world. And then second guy hits me for that's 0. Second guy hits me for 5, so I have to damage a system. And then he moves 1, 2, 3. Yes, 1, 2, 3. End of turn. We slink in 1, 2, 2, 2, 2.
I don't.
I take
I'm out of
damage.
range, isn't it?
Oh, you're out of range. Hey, I think that's the first time that has happened. That's great. And now, in an incredible turn of fate, I am now advantage to both of them.
And we get 5 supply.
And we get, yeah, we're around, so 10, the supply dial doesn't go past 10, by the way.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here we go, round 5.
You should grab the core explosion now. You should core explosion plus hull upgrade past them.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. I'll
First
do
blast
I'll do
them.
the hull upgrade. That's the last thing.
Yeah. Oh, you can't get the core explosion.
Last thing I can do.
You can't get the core explosion.
Nope.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, it's these systems are damaged. So I'm just gonna make the I'm gonna make the most of it, I think. Actually, you know what? I can't target both of them. That's kind of frustrating. That's okay. I'll target the one. Roll dice. And I'll be advantage. So I'm gonna roll dice twice. 4 damage. Number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. Okay.
So in not killing them,
You know what? I think this isn't. I think we might have to survive. I don't know if we'll survive 2 more rounds, but I think we might have to survive another round at least.
Yeah, we might. I think we can. But if I'm going to go ahead and rotate, if I do that like so. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 die to rotate. I'm going to rotate 1, 2. Then, oh my gosh, if I do that, it is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so if I then go ahead and spend another die to move, I'll go 1, 2, like so. And that should put them both within my arc of fire.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and power this with a fire, which means I'm going to do a 3 and 2 of them. So let's go ahead and roll for the first one. We're rolling for this one first. And we're getting -1, unfortunately. So that's 2 damage against this guy. So he goes down but it also does sonar. So he's also going to be negatively affected by that. And then 1, 2. And then against the second guy. And that's stress, so that's not going to make a difference for me.
So that's a 0.
0 attack?
Yeah, sorry, a 0 modifier.
0 modifier.
So
okay.
It'll 3 damage then.
Okay, so 1, 2, and 1.
Hey, that's not bad.
I'll take it.
That's not bad.
And then
okay.
I could spend my stress die to go up 2 shield.
Oh.
I'll keep it at 6. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna not do anything there.
Oh, you're gonna purchase an engine?
No, I don't feel. I mean, should I do it now? No, I'll leave. Yeah, sure, fine. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the core explosion over here and prep for a round next turn. When maybe I go to business.
I think so. Just in case you need to sacrifice it, might be a good thing. Okay. So they both are doing. They're actually both moving and rotating. And then they're doing their actions, and their action affects both of us. So this could be the end. So first of all, number 1 is going to attack me, and it does stress. So I guess I take. Well, no, I don't take the stress because I'll damage my system. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Damage my system because it's doing 4 damage. So this one, he's doing 5 damage on you because he has a +1.
Okay, I could take the first 5.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay, it's
nice.
It's interesting. It's gonna be an interesting round.
It's a radar jam. So you're radar jammed, which is kind of annoying.
Okay.
I guess I'm radar jammed as well. And then the other guy does the same thing. It's like this area of effect attack. He hits me. I'm done.
You're dead?
That's it.
Okay.
Well, that's it. That's all she wrote for me.
Okay. And then I have to take. I'm gonna flip this.
It's. Yeah. Yep. Do that.
Okay. And then we get pulled in. So these are gonna go 1, 2, and 1, 2, and
which
1.
Number was that?
2.
That was number 1.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no one.
Oh, you're so you no. You should do the core explosion because
I know.
it all depends on the roll that you have for the Ronin frigate. You need a +1
Let's see.
on the
Let's see.
Ronin frigate, or you could hit him maybe.
Well, I was gonna say I might be able to hit him. Okay. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna die no matter what because I only have the one hull. So let's see what happens. Where's my last thingy? Oh, where's my last die? Where's my die? I don't know. I'm gonna steal one of yours. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and roll for this. We got that. Perfect. Okay, great. So if I need one for that and one for that, that's fine. Now the question is, so here's my question. 1 second. So I'm gonna do that. So one attack can go here. Which is this one? This is 2. Which one's 1? This one's the problem. Okay.
So here, let me just say something
Yeah.
something quickly, just as you're doing this, or just before you do it. So a couple things that you need to do, right? You need to like potentially attack them once,
Yes.
and then like whatever move. A couple things with the core explosion. We actually didn't explain this mechanic. At the top right, there's a stress rotate effect, which means that when you use a stress dice to activate that card, you can perform a free rotate action before or after the ability.
Okay.
So I think you can rotate into them, attack, and then actually no, I don't think you. Oh, and then potentially rotate out. Yeah, you can. So you're here, right?
Okay.
So you could spend one dice to rotate in, attack, and then with your stress rotate, you would go like boom boom, and then do the core explosion.
I still only have one a hull. I mean, I'm still gonna die on the way out, right?
You're still gonna die, yes.
Yeah. But at least I can go out killing them.
But the wormhole has taken everyone in that scenario, which and this might be the best case scenario. I'm
okay with it as an ending.
Maybe not.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and rotate into it. I'm gonna do a basic fire, so it's gonna be one die over there. I'm gonna do a basic fire over here, which is going to basically let's roll and see what we do. That's 0. That's
Perfect.
okay. I just need to do a single damage anyway. That's fine. That brings him down by 1. Okay.
So that's
yep.
Down by 1 there. So this guy has 6, and then this guy has
over
1.
Here, which is going to let me rotate out. wait. I'm gonna rotate out like so.
It was this way, yeah.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and move out and just coaster boom them, and just take them out. Take them out.
Well, okay. So technically,
I have to roll.
Technically, you have to roll for both. Okay. So for number 1, it's not that big of a deal, but for number 2, it's a big deal.
So let's roll for 1 first. Okay.
That's
I'm at 7 stress.
Fine. It's like negative. Oh shoot, that's a miss. Because you're at 7 stress. It came down to it.
Oh, wow.
I was close, yeah. So on their turn,
let's kill the second
one. They're gonna blow you up. Actually,
and the other one I killed.
Yeah, they're gonna blow.
Well, I died either way. I died from using it.
Great, tense down to the wire.
1 left. Almost core explosion. Blew up my ship on the way out. Unfortunately, did not manage to get both of them. I was too stressed out, and my explosion just died behind me on the wire. Yeah. That's basically it. That is Gravity. Scenario 4, Gravity, destroy all enemy ships. Hypothetically, if I die at the same time as them, I mean, we accomplish our objective, right? Let's pretend. Not that it matters.
Yeah, and just you might be saying stuff to me, Alex, but I actually can't understand you fully. if you want me to sign up, but for me, it's like you could play. We played it. I don't know. We didn't play it quite smart. Like there's a lot of we didn't really optimize our characters, our builds, right? Our pilots. I see an avenue of maybe skirting around this map to win, but the enemies, they move and they pull you quite a bit. It it was one of the, it was one of the main reasons, like the whole mechanic of this. I wanted there to be a lot of like pulling and ship movement. So the Tekochka, they're always like pulling you right
Yeah.
towards them, which is kind of frustrating, but creates for some kind of fun dynamic movement. So yeah, no, it's neat. That's good.
Cool. Good job. Awesome. Thanks so much, Brendan, for this. I appreciate it. Everyone watching, I'll have a link down below to the campaign. Feel free to check it out. 1.5 and expansions. A bunch of things going on in this campaign, like Brendan talked about at the beginning. But you go out and take a look. This will be, a bunch of new content, some updated small tweaks to the game, some expansions, which I guess is the new content. But the campaign runs until when? The campaign runs until
When's
when?
the campaign till?
Yep.
Oh yes, it's November 7th till the 24th. November
Perfect.
7th till the 24th. Yep. So
Perfect.
there's, I imagine people know this, but there will be, we're using the GameFound stretch pay system. It's a great way to kind of get in. This expansion, if this won't be news because it'll be priced live. This one's only $35 for the whole kit. So it's a real fun way to kind of get in space combat cooperatively here. Yeah.
Perfect. Excellent. Thank you so much, Brendan. I appreciate it. To everyone watching, I'll have a link down below. And to everyone, I hope you have a good one.
Awesome. Take care, everyone.